Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen night renew. O earth, return! Arise out of the dewy grass. Night has worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you, my friends. It is I, your spiritual entertainer, your bard, nothing more, nothing less, here mixing comedy and spirituality together here every day for your entertainment privilege. It is always good to be with you, my friends. Every day that you live is a day to go deeper. It's a day to go deeper in the mystery of the world around you. That is something to be grateful for, that you can find purpose and meaning in every day, in every moment, if you are willing to search for it. What the most unfortunate thing is that since we begin to comprehend the world around us, we are taught to run from the world. We are taught to hide. We are given ideas that create a pattern of perhaps daydreaming, that to always think about going to another place. And that's what our religions really, they do for us, is they teach us how to go to another place. What's terrible about many of the religions throughout history is they get you to escape what is around you, what is here. They don't teach you how to find purpose in being here. They say that will happen when you are gone from this world. And this is a terrible thing, because there's so much here for us. There's so much meaning. There's so much joy within you and all around you. And, it took me all my life to find that. I'm going to be 50 years old next month. And it took me my whole life to find that what I was looking for is already here. You ever hear that U2 song, I still haven't found what I'm looking for? And he talks about speaking in the tongues of angels. He talks about this journey. It's because he's been looking in the wrong places, right? Everything that is wonderful is you. You are wonder. You are part of this beautiful web of life that we belong to. You are the web of life. You are a unique manifestation of it. You are part of this great connection, and you are the connection. And when you begin to see that in your life, when you begin to see this purpose, everything changes. Everything changes, my friends. Good to see you, Asher. Good to have you here. Cedar is here. And the Eric guy. Good to have you here. The Eric. Don't forget, my friends, as you're coming in, to go up and touch the like button at the top of your screen above our wonderful tarot card here that we have today, the Knight of Pentangles. It's a beautiful, beautiful card from the Radiant Tarot deck by a wonderful artist, Alexandria, I forgot her last name, she made a very beautiful Celtic themed deck. I'm inspired by the Celtic tradition. My ancestors were Celts. I am not a Celt, but I'm certainly inspired by them. Yeah, our Goblin friend is here. Good to see you, Goblin. Let's see here. Nice Oblivion music. Now, you, Eli, you are a person of culture because you are able to recognize that. Most people that come on, they think it is Skyrim music, and that is most unfortunate, right? We'll be 50 in December. Christians are told life is a waiting room, but in actuality, life is the event. Wasted too long in the line when I have been singing with the band, right? We We are realizing that in our old age, right? And it's not our fault. And that's part of our journey now. We have been where people are, and we can take them by the hand now and bring them into the wonders that we experience now in our lives. Yeah. I'm a follower of Satan. Prove it. Prove it. That's bullshit. This is definitely a way to go about your life. Certainly. Certainly. Everything wonderful is here, my friends. It is here. There are no heavens. There are no hells. Heaven and hell is your perspective. And that begins now. That begins now. Hare Krishna, my friend. Ava Gautam. Good to see you here. What religion are you? Spiritual entertainment is my religion. Nothing more, nothing less. That is my religion. Comedy and spirituality. Does your God laugh? Mine does. It just made me lose my voice. Right? Sounds like I'm still going through puberty and I'm almost 50 years old. Let's see here. Eli Culture, and this is Life is a Choice. Just dude, I'll see you later at the Ren Fair. Yeah, see you there. See you at the Ren Fair. You just redefine the wasted time as becoming wise. Yeah, pretty much. It's not wasted time, really. If you look at the terrible events of your life, they were terrible, but they are transformed now, right? There's one of the positive things I learned from Christianity is that the difficult times in your life can be transformed. There's no such thing as a wasted event. I've had terrible experiences when I was younger that were meant to destroy me. But I've learned from them. I've transformed them to give me purpose. And that's what's wonderful, the power that you have right now in your life to be able to do this wondrous thing. And your religion is dead. My religion is life. So how can it be dead? What is a dead religion to me are the Abrahamic religions, who tell you you'll be rewarded when you die. I don't want to wait. I want God now. You have a dead religion. You go into your churches and your mosques and temples, and what do? You wait to die. You have a funeral home that you go to. That is a terrible religion, sir. Both are pretty demonic. I'm a satanic or Jewish. I'm a gay Jewish sorcerer. How about that? I mean, you people are so ignorant. Every day you come on here, every damn day, you come on here and say this is a Star of David. How stupid. How stupid. Spook and Beard, good to see you. Is this your paid job? Yeah, who gives a shit? Why is that important to you? What I do for a living. Mind your own damn business. Yeah. Let's see. You lost your job. Can I get an enchantment for good luck? Well, yeah, maybe there's a better opportunity for you if you just lost your job. The aliens, they come to you at night. Well, what are they doing to you? Maybe that's just you have some strange sexual fantasies going on. Druidry is not a religion, sir. Druidry is a way of life. It is a spirituality. It can be any type of religion. No, I'm not a pagan, sir. I'm a monotheist. I only have one goddess. That is it. That is it. Yeah, Sage. I kid you not. Every day someone comes on here and asks me if I'm Jewish. I had to make an OnlyFans page so they could see my uncircumcised penis. I don't understand it. I'm not any religion. Let's see. Gauge your such power. Yeah. Yeah, I just roll with it now. I'm like, if they want to call me gay and Jewish every day, I'll just roll with it. He's a sub. Get a job, get a life, dumbass. You're the one here whining about things. You don't have to be here. Can you rip some ascended heroes? I don't know what that means. You want me to come to Thailand? That's where you're from? Yeah. I got wonderful people here from all around the world who enjoy what I do, and I appreciate you. Don't forget to go up and touch the like button at the top of your screen. It's right there. You see it? That's very important. We have over 30 people and only a few of these. If you could go up and touch that for me, that will help me out. I do this for a living, and I appreciate people that can touch the buttons on the screen. Good morning, Jive. Good to have you here. Yeah, it's a pentacle, damn it. You need Jesus. How do you know I don't have Jesus? Doesn't he say not to judge? Right? Only God knows the heart. What are you doing? You're being a dick. Did he teach you to do that? No. Right? Repent and accept Jesus before it is too late. How do you know I don't have Jesus already? And again, another person being a dick. Right? You need to go over to Pastor Ricky Barber's page. I mean, he's a Pentecostal tongue speaker. And he's always, he looks like he's a clown. He's got the tattoo, makeup, everything. And why can he be a Christian and I can't? I mean, what's the big deal, right? Why do I have to do it your way, right? Am I homosexual? Yes. Today is Tuesday, right? I am. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, I am gay. Yeah. When I left Christianity, my wife's boyfriend said, "It's time. Let's start out slow. Tuesdays and Thursdays." Is there a story to the deer riding the horse? It's the Knight of Pentangles. It's a tarot card. There's no story to it. The art is Celtic influenced. It's from the Radiant Celtic deck, a very beautiful deck that I thought had beautiful art. I love the art in tarot. I love esoteric art. I find it has great value and purpose. Hello, Pindon Document. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. Thank you for the thumbs up. If people have nothing to do, well, you're doing something, aren't you, by being on here? Obviously. Tell them you're into the devil. Yeah. Once in a while, why not? Get into the diabolical. Like the bar. Thank you. Having motion. I like your religion. It looks cool. My religion is spiritual entertainment. I don't understand why I have to do it your way. Why can't God laugh? Why can't the divine have a sense of humor? Why is your God have a stick up his ass all the time, right? Yeah, I was like you once. For 30 years, I went around annoying the shit out of people with my religion. But then I learned to lighten up. God pulled the stick out of my ass. And here it is, right here. Love everyone of different beliefs. Yeah, that's important, is that you learn to love people. And if they're interested in your religion, they will say, wow, that makes you a wonderful person. You're not doing that. You're trying to scare me with your religion. If you are a wonderful person, at some point people would want to be like you, right? You shouldn't have to force your religion and scare the shit out of them with it. They'll say, oh, I like your religion. That's nice. I want to join it. But when you are not living the religion, you do this. You obviously, to me, there's nothing about your life that would interest me in your religion. Therefore, you have to come on here and scare me with it. That tells me you have no substance at all. Did I graduate from college? Yeah, I went to I went to all kinds of universities and things. I went to seminary. Did all of that. I'm retired. I'm retired clergy. I did all of that shit in my life. Yeah. What is the deal thing? It's a tarot card, Knight of Pentangles. Yeah. I subscribe in case I need a druid at 4 a.m. again. Yeah, I'm here every day, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. If you're, my shows are mostly a mixture of comedy and spirituality. If you want just druidry, go to my videos section. I've made lots of videos about modern druidry and its practice. Let's see. God is a little kid with a magnifying glass. We are the ants. Yeah, he's a big dick. Yeah, the way that people make it sound, right? The God that I've experienced is wonderful. It's not interested in judging you all the time and punishing you. He's not after you. He doesn't care what you're doing with your private parts as long as you're not hurting people, right? He's interested in loving you and helping you to learn to love others the same way. You are loved unconditionally. That's very important. The Christians don't teach an unconditional lover. They will say you have to believe these things first. You have to follow the rules or you're disqualified. And that's how their God is. Let's see. Religion is a scam. For some people, it is. Yeah. Bazek, my friend, good to see you. Good to have you here. Only 1,000 plagues, not a very powerful God. But yeah, what kind of God does that shit? Has to torture you into obedience. An evil one, right? People should want to be with their God. Oh, he is wonderful. I want to follow him. No, that's not what your God does. Your God scares the shit out of people in order to follow them. I'm not interested in that type of religion. See, without punishment, there is no justice. Yeah, that's so stupid. You are turning your God into this punisher. And it's no longer punishment when you're being tortured. Punishment is a way to correct someone. I mean, our prison systems are terrible. They don't do a very good job at that. You're dealing with a being of ultimate resource who knows how to help you to change your heart, who doesn't abandon you, who's always investing in your life. Doesn't Philippians 1:6 say, he that begun a good work in you will complete it, right? You're turning God into this evil asshole who's ready to give you a whooping, right? That's not how a father operates. A father disciplines their children in order for them to learn and to be better. Doesn't torture them, doesn't torment them, doesn't shame them. Eventually, the children learns what is good for them. If you're doing it right, they'll say, you know what, I'm glad my father was there to guide me and to help me to be a better person. That's not how you are revealing God. You're saying God is waiting to kick your ass at the end of your life, and you better straighten up or else. Well, fuck your God, sir. I don't want a God like that. I want a God who's at the end of my life ready to embrace me, not one that wants to torment me. You have a sick and evil God. The universe belongs to all of us. That's right. You are the universe, right? You've changed your name back to Goblin. Ja Jake, good to see you. Yeah, the crystal weirdos for their inferior content. Yeah. Cervical protection. Thank you. 90HLVL. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing from dust to dust, as above, so below. And as below, so above. We live in one cosmos here. There's no mystical places in the sky. There's only one world. And that is the truth. God didn't create hell, humanity. He made it to imprison Satan. You can't prove any of that stuff. What kind of God needs to imprison anyone? If he has infinite resource, why does he have to make a prison? Your people don't think. It's like you're lacking in the intelligence department when it comes to your religion. You just accept all the bullshit that has been given to you. Your Mr. Bart added me in the live. Thank you. Madam Blavatsky, she has proven to be a fraud, I believe, right? She's the one, some of the stuff, now some people see her as a genius because she was able to, she did a lot of that tapping shit, right? Is that who I'm thinking of? See, you have free will. Free will is the ability to choose what is best for you, right? Is it not? To choose what is good. Now, if my psychology has been attuned to a world where my survival is the most important thing to me, that's going to be how I'm going to. The idea of free will is really a joke because you're not choosing appropriately. You're choosing based on how you survive, how you exist, right? And this idea of Christians telling you that you have free will is utter bullshit, because several times in their Bible, God hardens people's hearts. He sends lying spirits in the mouth of the prophets. He sends spirit of delusion. He tells the prophets, hearing they shall hear, seeing they shall not see, and be healed and saved. Your God does not free will. He makes sure that you're going to be punished, and he closes your heart so he can torture you even more. You have a sick, sick God who is no father at all. Fathers don't act like that. If I'm a father of 8 children, if I were to act like your God to them, someone would call the police. Double tap heathens. Why did Jesus have to die for sins? No, Jesus died because he was a human being. That's it. There's no God that needs to be appeased. You guys added all that shit in. The oldest gospel we have, there's no resurrection accounts. There's none of that shit. That was a mythology that was added later on. He dies because he becomes one of us. And I think that's more appropriate. The Logos becomes what we are to lead us back to the embrace, because we don't know what we're doing down here. He dies because he was human. He doesn't die to pay off a God. Now, if you're in the Eastern churches, they say he becomes what we are to defeat what's hurting us. He dies to defeat the power of death. Now, I don't believe in salvation or any shit like that, but I think that's more appropriate in the Orthodox churches. I think they are the better type of Christians than the Christians that are out there. Now, they're still controlling, which is terrible. Dogma to me is a great evil. Some of them have hell. I mean, a good Orthodox Christian to me is a universalist. Those are my people. We are just naming demons here today. Oh shit. Oh, someone said this was not a blip. They said it was Skyrim. Screw them. How do you explain the universe then? With science. The universe has always been here. Energy has always been here. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes form. That is a scientific fact. You Christians have always accused atheists of coming out of nothing. Atheists don't teach that. You guys do. You say ex nihilo. Your God creates out of nothing. That's bullshit. There's always been energy here. That's a scientific reality. Let's see. Naming the Eli, good to see Eli Elu. Good to see you, our good friend. LARP, LARP, LARP. That's your life, Rohan? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with people who enjoy a good LARP. I don't care. I'm an entertainer. I mean, what you see here, you're a bigot, really, because these are my cultural symbols here that I celebrate my ancestors. And my ancestors were Celts. I'm not a Celt, but I honor them. I am inspired by them. I'm inspired by the bards of old. Let's see, Bard is the kind of guy who plays Harry Potter at the age of 50. And you're the kind of guy who's just a dickhead. I mean, which would you rather be, Harry Potter or you? Yeah. So nothing created nothing. That's what Christians teach. Yeah. Oversimplified manipulation. No, the truth is, I know all of your Christian bullshit. I was one of you for 30 years. I was an apologist. I was a missionary. I was a clergyman. I know all of your scams that you pull. Good job. Can you do wizard magic? No, I cannot. Magic to me is engaging with the world around me. It looks like it's magic, but it really is something of a cooperation with what is already there, the natural energies in the world. That's what Druidry teaches you, how to engage in a world that is already here. It's already within you. It is already around you. Caradwin loves you. What cult are you in? I'm not in a cult per se. I'm a leader of a cult. There's a big difference. I'm not a measly cultist. I lead the cult. Join my cult, my friends. Up there's the like button. You see it? You got 50 people on here. We need more touches up there. Help a bard out. I do this for a living. Why so mysterious? There's no mystery here. I'm just an entertainer. The universe has not always existed, though. You can't prove any of that shit. Science is more reasonable with the understanding of how energy exists. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. That is a scientific fact, sir. The universe has always been here. It's hard to put your head around that, right? So you got to create gods that make shit. Yeah. Why can't you have a deity that has always been creating? Why does it have to be one time? Because your book tells you it was one time. I think in terms of what God has always been making shit. Always. There's never been a time when there's never not been someone making something. Because energy has always been here. There's always been bangs, not just one big bang. There's been a whole shitload that we can't comprehend. The more the universe than simply materialism or physicalism. Yeah, materialism, I think, is a terrible philosophy. Everything is spiritual. That is my philosophy. Separating the spiritual and material is a deception. You are spirituality. The world you live in is spiritual. There's no invisible world. There's only the world. What is invisible to us is something we are not able to perceive yet. Something that is very much here with us now. And if you are a Christian, Jesus taught you about that. He says, when you are reborn, you'll be able to see it. Did he not say that? Why aren't you seeing, my friends, if you are a Christian? Because you've been taught that you'll see it when you die. Your religion is nothing more than a funeral home that prepares you for something. If you don't have divinity now, what makes you think you're going to have it when you die? If you're not experiencing the kingdom of God, as you call it, what makes you think you're going to get it when you die? You are deceived. Physics scares Christians more than the devil. Yeah. Science is very, very spiritual. Quantum physics has made many people agnostic. Many, many people. Quantum physics, the math is all there, but I can't put my head around it. It blows my mind that you can make particles appear out of nothing, that you can change space and time by making a particle manifest. Something that wasn't there before exists now in space-time. You have the power to do that, right? Your will makes things happen. There's a saying that prayer changes things. It really does. When you utilize your will, the world around you begins to transform. There's no future as of yet. We know that from physics, right? There's only the past. And as you're journeying into the future, you form it. You are part of this, what William Blake said, the divine imagination. You are the imagination, and you have the power to manifest, to create the world you live in. You have to abide by the energies and laws that exist. You can't just conjure $1 million in your bank. You have to participate in what is available to you in the forming of the universe that be. How is believed the universe was always there more reasonable than a mind that a pre-existent time and space and matter? Because you can't prove that. Science can prove that there's always been a universe here. Science cannot prove that nothing existed. Christians teach that nothing existed, that God creates out of nothing. That is unscientific. There's never been nothing. Nothing is nothing. There's never been a nothing. Nothing does not exist. You forgot the present, of course, right? The present is really the operation zone for your creativity, for bringing the universe into existence, right? We're all part of it. You're not separated. You are the universe realizing itself, as they say. Essence and energy distinction, Eastern Orthodox Christian doctrine. Yeah, that's a good teaching. I was an Eastern Christian at one point in my life. I don't follow the dogma anymore, but panentheism is really Eastern Orthodox teaching, right? That you have this, we participate in the energies of God. The essence of God is unknowable in terms of what we can perceive in terms of material. The unknowability is not unknownness, because it means that it's of infinite potential. You never stop growing in your experience of God. That's what the Eastern Orthodox teaches, and I still believe that and practice that. As a heathen, I still see that as a truth. Druidry teaches that. The spirituality of modern Druidry teaches you that you are a cooperator with the energies that are here. That's Eastern Orthodox teaching, right? Yeah, if I were to still be a Christian, I would certainly be Orthodox, because they are a little bit more better than the rest of the bullshit that is out there, even though they have dogma, right? They have convinced you that the dogma is not separated from the experience, and that is bullshit. Dogma is meant to control your experience, not to guide you into it. The experience is present with you. If you are Orthodox Christian, you know that original sin, as you call it, ancestral sin, is just obscuring what is already there. Everything of divine is in you. There's no grace being added onto you. It's all there already. You've just lost your way. And the spirituality, I taught Hesychism for 10 years. Hesychism is a reintegration of the energies that have gone astray, the noetic energies, back into their proper place. Orthodox spirituality, the asceticism. Yeah, very familiar with it. We agree spirituality is real. You are spirituality. There's no piece of you that is not spiritual. You are spirituality. You are spirituality in a state of becoming. What you are is changing. You are headed towards divinization in the most complete sense. The omega point, as Father Pierre Teilhardin once taught, the great paleontologist of the Latin tradition. You have fatigue. Girl, Jamie, lay off them reefers. Take some vitamin B. If the chronic reefer smokers, you need to take your vitamins. It's very important for your health, taking your vitamins. Ancestral sin, yeah. Original sin is that Latin bullshit, right? I was a Ruthenian Greek Catholic. We were a very heavily Latinized church. We should have never left Orthodoxy. My Ruthenian church that I was a deacon at, they united to Rome 300 years ago. Bad mistake. Now they are, what they are. They don't. Now, we didn't want to admit it, but I can say it now. They are just a cosplaying Orthodoxy. It really is true. Maybe not in theology, but in practice. I could say that now. I mean, I always fought against it, but it's true. When last year, if you are in the Eastern tradition, indulgences is bullshit. What did the Pope do last year? He made our Eastern churches where you can get a plenary indulgence for the Jubilee year, whatever. I mean, that's bullshit, right? Ruining your tradition. You don't even teach that shit in your catechesis. All right, enough with that. Right? I know where you're coming from. I'm not a Christian anymore, but I know where you're coming from. Which vitamins? Vitamin B complex is good for heavy reefer use. Heavy reefer use. You need to take a vitamin B complex. Very important. Hector, good to see you. Vitamin D as well. Yeah, I take vitamin D supplements and B complex just about every day. Every day. When will you learn to stand on your own feet? When will you learn to wipe your own ass? Then I will get back to you. Let's see here. Frost giants have eaten the party's horses, wagons, and travel snacks. What are we going to do? Roll a d20 to see if the gods will intervene. You shouldn't or have never opened portals of worship Mama Gavu. Who is that, Hector? Tell us about Mama Gavu. What the hell are they? You have a itch? Well, I'm not here to scratch your ass. You have to go somewhere else for that bullshit. Gobs, I'm confused. Are we being infiltrated? We should be teaching loving and respecting one another in church. No pursuing more followers to get more money. Yeah, not all churches do that. A lot of them certainly do. They're built on that, right? If you want your religion to grow, show the world how wonderful it is by how you live it. That's the problem, like in Christianity. Believing is more important than how you are to live it. I did a poll last month. What does God think is more important, how you believe or how you're loving? 20% of the people said how you believe. You see how stupid that is? That should be zero. That should be zero. But that's what they emphasize. Believe is all that matters. Not how you live. Let's see. Mental sickness is real. I know, Jeff. Tell us of your life. Let's see. Keep your eyes open. Good to see you, our good friend. Good to have you. I have some free subscriptions to give away to you, my friends. Now, if you want a free subscription to my channel, thank you, my large brother. Why not? And nothing is so great that it cannot be diminished by the small, nor anything so small that it cannot contain a part of that which is infinite. You're sounding like William Blake again, our good friend. How do I touch that thing? Trying to get. Now, I got some free subs to give away. If you're interested in a free subscription, you go down to that money symbol down below and enable free subscriptions. Please do not take the free subscription if you don't talk and chat or want to be part of our Discord community. Please only take it if you want to participate. Now, if you're a Christian fundamentalist, you come to our Discord channel, you're going to be banned. Now, I'm going to give away 10 free subscriptions here. There'll be a thing that pops up on top of your chat if you have enabled gifts, which is down in that money symbol. All right? So get ready, my friends. Here comes your free subscriptions. Membership gifting. Here you go. There comes some right there. You see it? Go touch. Get your free membership. Here's some more. Here's some more right there, my friends. We want to see you on Discord. You don't have to. But if you are a community member now, we want to see you on our Discord channel. Now, in order to get there, what you'll find in the members only tab that should appear after you refresh your page on my YouTube channel page, there will be a Discord link. We'd like to see you on there. We do fun things. We have in our community Christians, Muslims, Jews, atheists, pagans, and people who believe they are gods and aliens. And we all have a good time together. We play games together like Dungeons and Dragons. We have spiritual conversations. We talk about life and family and recipes. This summer, we're going to play a lot of games together. Maybe that'd be an interesting community to you. Not everyone believes the same thing, but we get along, and that we learn to show courtesy to one another. So if you're interested, if you missed out on your chance, there's a join button there down below for the price of a cup of coffee. I do this for a living, and I appreciate people that support me. Yeah, welcome new members. We appreciate you being here. Let's see. You saw a werewolf on the Discord once. Yeah, there's all kinds of people on there. Right? We don't discriminate against anybody. As long as you want to show courtesy, we will show courtesy to you. Right? Every now and then we get dicks on there, right? Or weirdos, right? That are very, very inappropriate. And my moderators take care of all that shit. Are these people mean? Do they fill out the documents? I don't know. Oh, let's see. We don't feel sorry for you, Bob. Bob's being a jerk on here, obviously. You can notarize them online. Are you a notary, right? Girl Jamie, you are a notary for the state of Florida. Is that what you do? Let's see here. You're from Florida, right? I could be wrong. The rapture is at any moment, or you might be from Canada. I can't remember. Let's see. Does Discord have security? You're scared? Yeah, of course it does. It's a free app. It's one of the most popular forms of, chat. It's not like a social media like Facebook. It's just a group cut out just for you and your people of a like mind, where you can engage in conversation if you wish. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. Do you worship a devil from the devil may cry? Oh man, that's an old game, right? I think my son played the last one that came out, 10 years ago or something like that. You feel sorry for everyone in this chat? Why? Because we're not dicks like you, Bob? You think being a dick is the way to go? Yeah. What does the green pentagram symbolize? Anything you want. I just have it up here as a backdrop because it looks very Celtic, and I honor my ancestors. The pentacle was part of their religion, as it is many people's religions, right? Good to see you. I'm Otop, our wonderful mummy friend. Good to have you here. I am super cool. Fantasy celebrity wrestling. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I want to see Andre the Giant back in the action. A resident Methodist here is grandson of Gordie Howe, Kevin Howe. Friday the 13th, the series was great back in the early 90s. I think it was 91 or 1990 when that came out. That was a really well done series. They had to go, it had nothing to do with Jason. It had everything to do with finding cursed artifacts that were part of a cursed shop. It was a very good series. I really enjoyed that when I was younger. The Bard got a PhD in roastonomics. Pretty much. When I was younger, we would engage in these duels in the ghettos of Detroit called capping contests, where we would sit there and insult one another. So I still retain some of the response rate to some of the inappropriate comments that come on here. That was one of your favorite shows? Yeah, mine too, as a young person. Good to see you honoring your Irish ancestors, my friend. Well, the Celts were quite diverse. I have a mixed Celtic heritage, a little bit of Scottish, mostly Irish, some Welsh, and northern France, the Brythonic and Gaelic Celtic traditions. I have a mixed bag from my ancestors, and this is very Irish, is it not? Yeah. Why is the deer riding the horse? For fun, I would assume, right? Most deers have always dreamed about riding horses. Jesus had a naked child flee from him. What was that, Bible readers? That was the Gospels taking inspiration from the Odyssey. I mean, the same events in the Odyssey happen in the New Testament writers. That was a common thing. The Greeks were the ones, giving the world culture. And you have all of these, they influenced all the way up to the Celts. Everyone throughout the world was influenced by the Greeks. And when you're writing on mythology, what do? What inspires you, you use. So you can find a lot of, like Jesus, for instance, making wine. That's Dionysus. I mean, you can't deny that the Bible takes inspiration from the mythologies around it. There's nothing wrong with that. Unless you are turning your book into, this is God's word. It fell from the sky. That's bullshit. Oh, let's see here. Is this a cult of sacrifice? Yes, sacrifice the like button to be in my cult. Right up there, my friends. Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. I am here for your entertainment leisure. Nothing more, nothing less. I am your bard. I lead you on this journey of comedy and spirituality together from the cauldron of the great goddess Kelidwin. What's the topic here? Whatever you bring with you. That's how I roll. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. I don't care what it is. I'm just an entertainer. Let's see here. The wine part was literally a miracle. That was oral. No, it's mythology. It's mythology. That's all that it is. It wasn't a true story. But you are told it is true. Now, as a mythology, that doesn't make it false. There's a mystery to participate in. Through the allegory, through the myth, you arrive at a spiritual truth. And when you're reading the Gospel of John, that's how it's presented to you. It is called the Gnostic Gospel for a reason. All of those things in there are not facts. Those are mysteries you participate in when you go on the journey, the interior journey to those places. You will arrive at a theological concept. Let's see. I'm broke and unhealthy. And you're a healthy penis with ears, is what you are. Our friend, the Richard Cranium himself, the walking penis man in all of his forms, a true Richard Cranium you are. Christianity came from the desert, not Europe. Christianity came from the people who had the power. That's where it came from. I don't think Jesus ever wanted a Christianity, because look at all the shit it's doing in the world. It's terrible. You like my style? And the backtrap isn't intriguing. Yeah, I have to do things to lure you in, right? I'm trying to make a living. And so these wonderful Celtic symbols, they are very helpful. Let's see. Look at the tree. Cool Hand Mountain Man. He is quoting there from one of the Gnostic Gospels, right? What is my religion? Spiritual entertainment. That is it. Spiritual entertainment. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's see where we are here. Everything created by God is good. Then why don't you see yourself as good? Why do you need to be saved from yourself? Well, you get a mixed messages when you're reading the Bible, do you not? You have to reinterpret it to follow the narrative of your theological tradition. What pendant are you wearing? A triskelion. You see it? Triskelion. That's what it is. I wear it to honor my ancestors who were Celts. Into the cauldron we go, my friends. They kept the Bible in Latin so regular people couldn't read it. For a while, they did that, right? They were trying to control the way you understood God. Nothing's changed in terms of any church. You're all about control. You're all about having the right beliefs, or else. You're not about living. Now, where I live, there's a church on every corner. I live in the Bible Belt in the South. If these people are all living it, why is it so shitty outside in the neighborhood? Because they don't care about living. All they're interested is believing in an idea. Ideas don't do shit for the world. Oh, let's see here. Where am I at? Refutes dualism. I'm not a dualist. I'm not even a Christian. So both of your premises are inappropriate. I was a Christian at one time. The idea of the Bible refuting anything is really like building your own snowman when it snows out. You can make it to anything you want it to be. The Bible is just a collection of books that a group put together to control the narrative of how they wanted you to believe. And you certainly can use any verses in there to make up whatever shit you want. Why do you not believe in Christianity? Because it's a terrible religion. The God of the Christians is always about punishing you and hurting you when you're not doing what it wants. I don't want a God like that I need to be saved from. I mean, that's terrible. It's impossible to read Greco-Roman mythology and not see the influence over the Bible. It's practically true of the same story. Yeah, it's all there. Much of what you're reading is mythology. Now, Kevin here is a mythicist. He doesn't think Jesus existed at all. I accept the consensus of scholarship that he was real. I think he was a wonderful teacher. It could be a deity. Yeah. I'm not against that idea at all. What's my favorite character build in Skyrim? I always go for the sword and board types. That's always any game I play. That's where I go to. That's what I like doing. The magic stuff I really don't get into. They give you the religion so they can predict your moves and write about punishing. Yeah, Christianity is a psychology 101. It's a system of rewards and punishment for your performance. I don't want a God I can perform for. I want a God who loves me when I'm performing my worst. It never stops loving me. Will not torture me if I don't have the right beliefs. Let's see here. To be silent is to dispose the little tyrant within, the one forever mistaking worry for wisdom. Yeah. You have to that inner truth, right here. If you don't learn about your subconscious and how it's influenced, it will dictate your life, and you will call it fate, as Carl Jung once said. These people that I've seen when I was in religion, Christianity, they're all automatons. They've been programmed. They don't think for themselves. They just follow this pattern that's been given to them from their culture. And they don't ever question it out of fear. But once they start questioning, that's when they get destroyed by their God or their communities. Now, they can't burn you at the stake anymore, but what do? They treat you terribly. That's what happened to me when I left my church. People accused me of devil worship. They don't talk to me. I'm still the same person, but they were never interested in me as a person. They were only interested in the ideology that I was able to share with them. Ideology doesn't do shit. It's how you love. That's what makes a difference. And these people never loved me at all. Because if they loved me, they would still be talking to me, right? Let's see here. Where are we at here? The subconscious, yeah. They are locked in that and are stuck, yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot of a lifetime to recover from that. We really don't start thinking about that until we're in our 40s, Carl Jung taught, right? So we operate as automatons for most of our beginnings of our life. And only by fortune are you able to find your way out. Some people never make it out. The way is narrow and few find life. That's what he meant. Hail Hecate. Yeah, Hecate's a wonderful goddess. Hinduism is dope. Yeah, we love Hinduism. Hinduism is beautiful. You don't think you need to be taught the word of God anymore less than Greek mythology. Exactly, because it's all saying the same thing in one way or another. It's helping you to find everything that's wonderful inside of yourself. That's why mythology is very attracting to people. When people make mythological movies like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, people are enthralled by it because it speaks to that inner world that is in you. That's how bards used to operate. I don't know any like modern traditional bards. I certainly take inspiration from my ancestors. Well, what my ancestors did, they didn't go around singing songs and writing poetry and shit like that. They taught people how to take a journey. The bard was the one with the gift of the voice. He was able to help you to connect with the ancestors through the poetry, through the satire, through the song, through the acting, through the wisdom that they shared. That is not being done in the world today in terms of religious leadership that I've seen. And I don't even know, there's some bardic tradition like in Wales. I mean, it's very ritualistic, keeping with tradition. But is it speaking to the world? It's a beautiful tradition, certainly. The Gore said it every year. But how is it leading the heart? How is it winning people to it? If you're a modern day bard from Wales, how are you engaging your culture? How are you making a difference today? Are you just memorizing poems and rituals? Right? Where are we at here? Wouldn't be considered bars. I enjoy McDonald's and such. You like McDonald's. You need to do some McDonald's videos. Pair me up with a Ronald McDonald. That would be fun. Or Grimace. Wouldn't be comedians be considered bards? Yeah, the comedian certainly is a branch of that. The satirical. Yeah, like Norm Macdonald. You said McDonald, right? Yeah, he would be in that tradition. Now, he never professed to be a bard, but he was a very spiritual man, Norm Macdonald from Saturday Night Live. Yeah, he helped people take a journey through his comedy into the mystery of the divine. Laughter is not separated from the divinity. People don't have forgotten that. They want it all to be serious. I am a member of an order of bards, or the Order of Bards, Arvites, and Druids, Obid. That's a wonderful organization, but 99% of it is about meditation and, spirituality, in the sense that there's no comedy there. At least I haven't found any yet. So I consider myself representing the satirical branch of the bardic tradition, the comedy and all that here. You don't have a lot of that in the world today. And people have forgotten that the path to divine is also through laughter. The path to the ancestors is also through bringing that smile on the face. The ancestors are not separated from that. Let's see here. Louise Hayes, she is wonderful. Her sayings, about gratefulness, for instance, that she said that the universe loves someone who lives in gratitude. It loves rewarding people who live in gratitude. That's a fact. Start living in a state of gratitude. You have to practice this. Start being thankful for life, being thankful for the love that you receive, even in the depths of your misery. Develop an attitude of gratitude, and you will reap the benefits. You reap what you sow. She is a wonderful, wonderful inspiration. The forest is sacred, and our economics must be stop sharpening the sanctuary. Yeah, you're right, right? Let's see here. You believe in your own personal synchronization, cherry picking off every religion. That's what you believe in? Yeah, good for you. I'm not a syncretist. I don't give a shit what you believe in. I don't care. You should certainly find wisdom in all religions, because religions come from us. There's messages that are there. But that doesn't mean that religion is good. And not all paths lead to the same place. Some religions are terrible, like Christianity, for instance. What it teaches you is false, that there's a God who's a judge. It doesn't lead you where we're all going is the same place. But our religions don't teach that. Our religions, some of them are quite terrible. We're all headed to an embrace. We're all headed towards that. There's nothing you could do to deviate from that path. No matter how terrible you are, you're going to discover that at the end of your experience, there's a being loving you. No matter what you believe or don't believe about it, you are headed for an embrace. The Hebrew hammer operator is here. Good to see you. He's pumping out those Hebrew National hot dogs. He's the one that takes the hammer, the meat grinder hammer, bam, into the proper existence of the Hebrew dog. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you, Mars. Thank you for being here. Turbo Samvara. Good to have you here. We have here Luar Loat. He's a wannabe Christian apologist. He's been reading some Christian apologetics manuals, watching Christian apologists on YouTube. Now he's got a big erection and he's on here trying to start arguments. We don't give a shit about your apologetics. We know all of your arguments here. I used to be one of you assholes. You are a godless lot. How come you cannot inspire people to want to be a part of your truth by the way you live? Why do you have to go around convincing everyone and winning arguments? Because no one is interested in what you have to offer unless you try to convince them with words. You have no substance in your life. That is the life of the apologist. The apologetics are godless people. Godless, most of them. With the exception of one, Jimmy Akin. He is very, I don't agree with his religion, but I think he has substance, because apologetics is not his religion. Apologetics is something he does for a living. Ronald McDonald doesn't wear a hood and carry a stick. Oh, you love Ronald McDonald. I don't want to impose upon your sexual desires for Ronald. I know it's a shame that you don't get to see him in commercials anymore because children were scared of clowns and McDonald's didn't want to hurt people. But, it's sad. That is the truth. They don't have Ronald McDonald around. Used to be able to have him at your birthday. When I was a kid, I went to birthday parties at McDonald's, and Ronald McDonald was there, and Grimace, and the Hamburglar, all of the gang. But now people are scared of them. Oh, he's a clown. He's going to hurt us. Thank you, Stephen King. You scared the shit out of everyone with it. Oh, let's see here. Be gone, demon. Where's the demon at? Mike the Prick Piccolo is here whining again about his religion. My shoes have laces. I don't wear shoes. I usually go barefoot, and if I have to go to public, it's sandals. When I went to my son's graduation, for instance, a couple weeks ago, I wore sandals. I don't wear shoes unless I'm doing extreme hiking or something. I don't wear anything but sandals. Caledwin came to me when my eyes were closed and I was laid back in the dinner chair. She flew overhead with hawks. Beautiful. You never know when Caledwin shows up. She has a sense of humor. Caledwin is the goddess of the hour. She is the goddess of transformation. She is also the goddess of spiritual entertainment. She has a sense of humor. How do I know that? Because I experience her. I used to have her image in the background to piss off Christians, to try to make them go away. And then she started showing up. So I didn't know, I wasn't sure about her. Now, it's an archetype, really, the experience of the archetype. Let's see here. How about the nature? What about the nature? There's no religion that can save you from the wicked man. Who is the wicked man? Are you saying I'm a wicked man? Why be good if no punishment? Punishment is something that's supposed to help you, to teach you what is good, because we are finite beings. That's not how you interpret punishment. Why be good if you're not going to be tormented forever? Yeah, you have an evil God. Oh, let's see. I'm not going where you're going. Yeah, you're going to be with the God who tortures people. I don't want to go there either. Good for you. Can she raise herself from the dead 3 days? No, she's not. That's not her mythology. She is certainly dead. She was one of my ancestors. Now, you can't prove that anyone raises from the dead after 3 days. That is a mythology. You cannot prove it. Am I open to the possibility? Certainly. I think resurrection theology is very important, and I don't think modern Christians get it. They're all about getting out of here. The point of being resurrected is to be back here again, not to get out of here. They have this terrible theology about being resurrected into a heavens. They're very Gnostic. That's not the point. The body that he has is the same body that resurrects. It transforms. That's supposed to happen to your body. Everything that you are now is going to be new and improved. You're not going to get a brand spanking new body. Your body is going to be resurrected. You people don't understand that because you've been told that Jesus wants to take you to a heaven and take you out of hell. He never taught that at all. He taught resurrection. That's what he taught. For God so loved the world, he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish. That means to die, but shall have everlasting life. That means to be resurrected. That's what Jewish people believed in. They didn't believe in going to a heaven. They wanted to be resurrected because their God was in their land. You people have changed the teaching of our wonderful Jewish friends, who to this very day believe in a resurrection. They want to be with God in Israel. That's why they have all of their bones buried out of the eastern gate. You guys have changed the religion. Oh, let's see here. Make love, not war. Good to see you. Bard, don't preach, but you don't understand. I don't care. I don't need to understand. I'm just an entertainer. I don't give a shit what you believe in, sir. Let's see. This is disgusting. Oh, look at the poor religious man, all upset and hurt. Again, I am only an entertainer. I am not here to bring you your sexual pleasure in the morning. It's not my problem. It's yours. Jewish people believe in reincarnation. Some do. Some Christians believe in reincarnation. It's pretty universal. It's not a bad teaching. It's based on nature. Socrates believed in reincarnation. It's a natural understanding. Everything dies and comes back better. That's the cycles of nature. It's not bad at all. I think what's bad about reincarnation is how New Age people talk about it. Like I used to be Elvis Presley in a previous life. Now I am here. I think that's stupid. He is willing to upset the Christians and not the Muslims. Fuck all your religions. I don't give a shit. Nice try. Nice try. It's trying to gaslight. Right? Yeah. Fuck all your religions. I don't care. Fuck all gods. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I could say that because my God has a sense of humor and satire. Doesn't care. I know that I am loved. I don't care about any of your gods. There's only one truth for me. There's only one religion. There's only one God, and we are all participating in it. Oh, let's see. He doesn't want the live stream to explode. Oh, yeah. I have good Muslim friends that aren't dicks. That are good. My friends that are Muslim are Sufi Muslim. That is a wonderful Islamic tradition. Those are wonderful people. If you've met a Sufi Islam, they're usually very open-minded because they were able to go over the popular religious fundamentalism of Islam into something deeper and beautiful and wonderful. Divinity is not separated you and won't discriminate against your terrible religion. If you want the divine, it's there already. I shared a spiritual experience I had last month where I was at a Catholic church because my son was graduating and I went to his baccalaureate mass. I'm like, this religion is so terrible. I didn't see it before, but the prayers, they're always like making God far away, and you're terrible. God's far, you're terrible, have mercy, so on and so forth. And I was thinking about and I heard God's experience. I had an experience of God. I heard God laughing. And I usually just ignore all that. And I thought that was one of the most profound things I have ever heard in my life, that no matter how stupid your religion is, God is still loving you. You're not separated from God. Even though you try to separate God with your terrible religions that you have, God's experience is going to win in the end, not your bullshit. No matter what bullshit you have done, that's not going to win in the end. You could be the most terrible person in the universe. Your terrible behavior is not going to win in the end. What's going to win in the end is the fact that you're loved. That is the ultimate reality. Rumi. Oh, Rumi is wonderful. I love Rumi. Rumi is one of the most popular poets in human history. So much wisdom in his sayings. We all lose a soccer game here. We lose and then we learn from it, right? Not everyone's a winner. You win by becoming a winner. And that's the point of reincarnation, right? All things created by God are good. My mother and father created me. My mother and father created me. You are not separated from the divine. Everything of your humanity is conceived in wonder and is filled with purpose and being. Our human nature is not separated from the divine. It's in a state of becoming, but it is not separated. You're a terrible person where you're loved. You don't have to be terrible anymore. When you learn that you're loved, you try to stop being terrible. That's what I have learned. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Jesus had wisdom, and he also spoke in parables. Yeah, why did he speak in parables? Why did you have these secretive religions back then? Because they didn't want everyone to know about it. Isn't that terrible? Yeah. Why did he even said, seeing they will not see, hearing they will not hear? That's why I speak in parables. I don't want them to know God. Isn't that stupid and terrible? Is that my mage staff? No, it's my walking stick. It helps me to stand here and have a conversation with you. I am an old and decrepit individual. Dionysus turned water into wine. He did all of the stuff Jesus did. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Where are we at? Mr. Safety, the safety dance is here. Oh, let's. Jesus was a fictional character based on. No, he was a real person that had a mythology built around him. You're just being a dick. Fiction and mythology are not the same thing. Mythology uses fiction, but it is not the same thing. Oh, let's see. They're stuck on their dogma. Yeah. You're the king, and your toilet is your throne today. Well, all hail the king. May all bowel movements bring peace to the world. Tell you about Dionysius. His parties were the best. I mean, really, right? I don't know much about his mythology, as probably other people do on you. But he was the god of the wine, of the harvest. He was a deity that dies and is reborn. I mean, these are all common motifs throughout human history. These agricultural deities. Jesus was no different. And the whole liturgy is built around agriculture, the Christian liturgy. He was an agricultural deity that is sacrificed, right? And to provide life to you. It's nothing new. You meditate on the toilet. You're that guy with the pyramid on your head. You do toilet meditations. Yeah, interesting. Thoughts on the Nephilim? It's an interesting mythology. That there was a time when, I mean, you could find it in all mythologies, this idea of gods coming down here and screwing us and having children with us, right? Don't forget, my friends, go up and touch the like button at the top of your screen. Right up there, you see it? Or double tap or go to the three things. I do this for a living, and I appreciate people that can do that. It helps me a lot. And if you're interested, there's a join button over there. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I do and become a community member. Small, medium, or large. Think about that. I'm giving you all this wonderful conversation. Why not buy me a cup of coffee? You get Discord access with that. After you do that, you can join our Discord server. A members only tab will appear with all of your goodies. What do you think Satan is? Satan is a fiction created by the church to make you afraid, to control you, to give a reason why the God of the Bible, of the mythology of the Bible, is punishing you and hurting you all the time. The devil did it, right? The devil's the torturer. Lead us not in temptation, because the devil's doing this work for God. He does all of the dirty work for the divine. That's what it is, a terrible and wicked fiction that God needs a henchman to go around causing people. That's the terrible baseline of Christian morality. Evil is real because God uses it to bring good out. Well, what does that make God? Evil. Any gods that need anything are pathetic. Trinity Ivy Moon and American Maker here. Good to see you, our good friends, for your entertainment privilege in the morning. I do this every day, my friends. Go up and touch the like button. I will be here tomorrow around the same time as well. Same time. I do this every day. I finally, I don't know if I'll stream it tonight, but I found a good D&D group. I hope they're good anyways. I'll be playing with them tonight. I found a game finally of the Mad Mage, of going through the Undermountain. So I might stream that. But if not, every Friday we do D&D streams here in the evening time. Yeah, I'm on the grind. The serpent was never Satan. Well, the serpent can be anything you want it to be. In the Hebrew, the original Hebrew mythology, the serpent is a spiritual reality that exists in a place, a crossroads between the seen and unseen worlds. He's like the older brother of everyone who lives in the garden. And Adam and Eve are given a deal by him. You can be like me, he said. He didn't say like the ultimate Elohim. He said, when he was using Elohim there, you could be like God. He's talking about himself. And any younger children, they want to be like their big bro and sister. So they took the deal and they lost their innocence. That's all that it means. The good and evil, the knowledge of good. It's loss of innocence. It's like when your big brother takes you out and you drink a six-pack with him when you're like 14 years old and he's like 18. You've lost your innocence now, right? You've seen the world as it is. That's all that it means. But you can make it into anything you want to be. That's why people always are doing, right? Nothing makes Jesus easier than drinking. Watch the James Cameron documentary. They found Jesus' family tomb. Sure they did. Yeah, they're always finding new tombs for him, right? Sure they did. Yeah, we want to believe some Protestant fundamentalist. Oh, I have all the answers now. He probably preached love. Yeah, I don't think Jesus ever wanted a religion. Look how terrible it has been, and all the evil that has been done to this very day in his name, right? Religions take the old gods and make the devil into the new. Yeah, we've always done that, right? We've always done that. It's the same story repackaged, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a terrible argument to make it look bad. There's nothing wrong with continuing where your ancestors left off, where your neighbors left off. Yeah, mythology in a tradition. The only place you'll find it living properly is in India. The mythology evolves with each new generation, in each new city, in each new village. The mythology changes with the time. The storyteller of old had a story. It gives the story to you, and you continue it along. And it changes with the world that you're in. You only find that in India. The Rig Veda Krishna is much different than the Krishna of today. Or Vishnu, I'm sorry. Much different than what you have today. It evolves. The problem with religions today is they stay in one spot. They're like the tropical astrology. It wants to remain in the past. It doesn't want to continue the journey where you have the Vedic mythology, right? That's not a diss at tropical mythology. I mean, I'm a Cancer. It's just a different way to interpret the energies of the world. But the idea that the Bible is inspired, it must stay that way. That is a terrible way to do mythology. It no longer becomes a mythology, it becomes a rule book. Mythology is supposed to take you on journeys to places within. But they've changed it as they want it to be a scientific manual, which it is not and never will be. And when people use it as a scientific module, I mean, that's terrible, right? Happy Pride Month, my friend. We are very gay today. We're going to go to the Disney parade here in Florida and march with all of our gay friends there on Thursday when I'm most gay. Let's see here. Let's see. Goblin. Why aren't there any other religion with people in here? Yeah, exactly, Mr. Safety. That's just how we roll, right? Now, some of these people listen, and that's why we should continue to have a conversation with them. Now, I understand why people get burnt out at that. You don't need to do this. This isn't your life. This is my life. My life is to talk to these people every day because that's me I'm talking to, me in my past. And me in my past eventually listened and left. This is the great work that the goddess has put me on, is to speak to these people all the time and to show them how stupid their religion is. Oh, let's see here. Good morning. Necro-impotence is here. Necro-impotence. Good to see you, our rotting wiener. Good to have you here. The comment here is section circle. Well, then fuck off if you don't like it. You don't have to be here. My goodness. Let's see. Thank you for the support. You're welcome, Red. Good to see you, our good friend Red. Good to have you here. Yeah, you don't have to be here if you don't like the comments, really. The great work, the unfinished temple. Yeah, always speaking, always building it. The French rebels to kill their father before the court. I don't know anything about that history. Yeah, the comments sucked when that guy showed up. Yeah. Half your followers just want to feed their own egos. Who cares? I don't. I'm an entertainer. It's all about my ego here, dumbass. What do you think you're doing? Talk about hypocrisy, right? You're just here to prove how much of a dick you are, right? I am the biggest dick of them all, right? Let's see here. You had the best butterfly muffin? Oh my, with the chilled martini at its side, right? I don't agree with this guy on all things, but I respect him and his aura. Keep going, but yeah, I'm not here to force my experience on you. I don't care what people believe in. I'm an entertainer. I share my opinions with you. Whatever you do with them, that's your problem. My opinions certainly can be wrong and wrong for you. I'm not here to do that. I'm just sharing my experience with you. I tell my story. That's what I do as a bard. And you're not obligated to receive it. Let's see here. Yod Andor is a really good god. The series. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. That's certainly on my list. Right now, I'm watching this one thing called Channel 1 or something. It's a horror series from the Sci-Fi Channel of old, and it's really scary. It's really scary. But think you might need reading glasses. I probably do. I just bought these new ones, but I jumbled up the words. Yeah. I believe a loving God would create a place of eternal torment. Yeah, only deranged people want their God, who is love, to torment you. I mean, it's so stupid. Oh, let's see here. You like horrible history. I like being entertained. If you have a horrible history, I'd certainly listen to it. Let's see, bye, Fundy. Yeah. I'm an actor. Yeah, I'm an entertainer. There's nothing wrong with that. And I entertain with my life. So there's what you see is what you get. This is how I live. This is how I live. I don't mind mayo or mustard. Can't take it from time to time, but ketchup covers more bases. Well, not everybody likes to make love to their condiments. I mean, you might enjoy that. You like a little ketchup and a mustard on a different day. I mean, maybe a little mayo. Yeah, that's your personal choice, and I can't see it, and so I'm not bothered by it at all. Make love, do PG-13 things to your managers all you want. Barbecue sauce for the win. Oh, the Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh shit. We're getting deep into the perversions now. Oh man, you should go to that. You should know next time you go to Chick-fil-A, you should be like, you should know the things I do to your sauces. Thank you so much for the joy you bring me. Yeah, scare the shit out of the guy at the drive-through window. All right. Chick-fil-A, closed on Sundays. The rest of the week promoting obesity, right? they're all about the Christian ethics, right? But they're promoting gluttony. Yeah, more money, we'll keep shoving it down your throat. Praise Jesus, right? Let's see here. Your view on hell is there is none. Yeah, I think it's a terrible, terrible thing to believe in such a thing. Right? Let's see here. You're in luck because hell doesn't exist, so no one here is going. Yeah, I get told I'm going to hell several times a day. I don't care. I don't care, right? What about the Nadu sauces? I don't know about that. Don't forget the mustard. Yeah, you mix it up. You like diversity in your love, right? You even throw a sandwich in there. Oh man. Good morning, Sandra Lynn. Good to see you, our good friend. Good to have you here. You're on a Discord channel, right? We got you on there. Someone got you on there. Stephen, it's the condiment of love. I'm sure it is. Uh, Hell isn't real. Don't go there. Yeah, we don't care. Enjoy what you already have instead of worrying about what comes. Stop worrying about keep death. So enjoy life. And that's the best way to prepare for death, is to live. I think there's a lot of wisdom in worrying about how you're dying, right? In Christianity, they want you to contemplate your death so you'll behave right. But are you really behaving? No, you're acting out of fear. The best way it responds to death is living, is thinking about how to live your best, how to love, rather than worrying about consequences after the fact. I mean, I think that is a terrible religious philosophy to talk and think about death all the time. Oh, let's see. Mark Lopez, nice to see you. Hell is real. It's called Florida in the summer in a hoodie. Yeah, that's what I wear all summer long, is a hoodie. My advice, why are you wearing a hoodie out here? It's 80 degrees. I go, we're about to go into an air-conditioned room. That's why. It's like you're being tortured in fire, then going tortured with ice afterwards when you live in Florida here. You binge watch the Rabbit playlist. You spent 30 minutes lost in Bunnyland. Well, my rabbits appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, I have a playlist called Rabbit Cam where you get to see all of my rabbits in action, right? And I also have one for the tortoise. You want to see my tortoise, right? Let me go grab her out of her heat lamp. I'll bring her right to you. My tortoise, you have some people who want to see you. Oh, loving tortoise, come forth from your chambers. Oh, my tortoise, the fans are cold. The fans are cold. Here comes my tortoise, my friends. My tortoise, she is so cold. The air conditioner in the room. We have to turn the lights off, the heat lamp off at night, and they usually bury themselves in all of their shavings. But here she is. Here's my lovely, lovely lady, Madam Tortoise, there for your entertainment leisure in the morning. She's a wonderful creature. She's a wonderful creature. Oh, there she goes. Oh, she likes that. You see that? She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. There you are. See, look at all the people who love you on here. You see all those people who love you? Let me give you a nice little back scratch there. She likes back scratches. Oh, there she goes. Oh, she's so grateful for the back scratching. Yeah, it's funny when every time I walk in to say hello to her every day, she'll put her head up, right? They know, your animals know when you love them, and they love you in their own way. They return that love, right? Your animals certainly love you, and we certainly love her, and we know that she loves us. All right, say goodbye to your friends. All right, back to the heat lamp for you. Back to the heat lamp. Yeah, I got your cold blood all warmed up. All of your cold blood all warmed up. All right, don't forget, my friends, if you haven't already, go up to the top of your screen and touch that wonderful, wonderful like button. And subscribe. I do this every day. I am here every day for your entertainment privilege here. I am on here, having these wonderful conversations about life, religion, video games, Dungeons and Dragons. That's my thing. It's D&D. That's if you want to talk about gaming, I could talk about that all day long. I mean, I love the lore of the Forgotten Realms. Sometimes I dress up as a wizard on here and tell stories, right? Let's see here. Cold-blooded but warmed our hearts. Yeah. Perfect timing. Walnut, our witchy friend, the Walnut is here. Good to see you. My cat likes to scream for food at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, my rabbits do that. If their food dishes, they'll start raising all kinds of hell, chewing on things in a loud way. My one rabbit will take his dish with his teeth and he'll whip it across the room. I mean, it's hilarious when he does that. Let's see here. What is the star in the background? It's a pentacle. It's one of the symbols of my ancestors. My ancestors were Celts. I honor them. I'm inspired by them. I am not a Celt, but I appreciate my ancestors. I celebrate the wheel of the year to honor my ancestors. You work for a board game company. Oh, that must have been fun. You get access to all of the board games. Now, I've shared this before, but if you have a Steam account, Tabletop Simulator is one of the best games you could ever have in terms of board game. They got all Warhammer, all Dungeons and Dragons. They have every form of Monopoly. They have every form of game going back into the 70s that people have recreated in 3D modules where you can get together with people from all. They have a very good community base. There's thousands of people on there every day looking for various games. And you can play with your family, your friends. I mean, they have every single game you could think of, all the popular ones, all the ones that are not that popular. I had the privilege a couple of years ago to play a game I never thought I would see again from the early 80s called The Dark Tower. I saw someone advertise, and I'm going to try that game out. Hopefully over the summer, the community here on my Discord community, we're going to do some stuff with Tabletop Simulator, play games and stuff and stream it on live, whatever it might be. Let's see. You just created a game called Potholes for Gently Games for New Orleans. Oh, that sounds like a fun one. My cat thinks he's waking up late and won't leave me alone until I get up. Yeah, don't you love that when your animals, they make you aware of their presence and need for love? I had this one cat growing up when I lived with my grandmother called Tiger. I mean, he was the orange type of cat. And I would have a glass of water next to my bed. And one night I woke up, he's got his head in the water, drinking the water out of my glass. So I had to put one there for him every night because he would, to get him stopped drinking out of my glass, I had to put one for him. So he would, with a wider brim, of course. You got to appreciate cat, mom and dad. Yeah. Cats, I don't have any cats because my allergies, my children's allergies. But my mother, she had at one time, she had like 12 cats. And my brother, he's got like 5 cats. I mean, we are cat lovers. We are the future cat ladies of the world. Take care, Red. Thanks for being here, our good friend. Good to have you here. Lord's Lack is here. You have 4 Monopoly games. The original Garfield Monopoly, Squish Monopoly, the Golden Girls Monopoly. Yeah, you'll find on Tabletop Simulator, they have probably all of that. I mean, everything that you could think of on there. And Tabletop Simulator is really cheap. On the Steam summer sale that's, I think, going on now or soon, you get it for $10. I mean, that's really a great program. Even after he eats the worst, he gets up and lays down. It's fine. Yeah. You need Golden Girls Monopoly. You love the Golden Girls. Thank you, Prostate Exam, our good friend here. We appreciate your presence amongst us. Giving out free prostate exams online. If you haven't had your prostate exam, our friend here, Prostate, he does this over the internet. You just need like a helper to go up your ass, and he will do it for you. He'll give you an examination. You got hedgehogs for pants. Well, that's adorable. That's adorable. Yeah, we are lovers of animals. And if you want to see my animals, go to the playlists I have called Rabbit Cam and Tortoise Cam. Let's see. 5 more cats are coming. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. You have 4 cats, all of which are strays you found. Yeah, that's what my mother would do. She could never pass by an animal and leave it alone. She always had to take it home. Even when I found a cat that was abused, it had like rubber band around its foot, we took it home and we helped to get it back to health. My mother took it from us because she knew we couldn't have it. And that cat, she still has it to this very day. You want to keep every kid? I want to keep every animal. That's my problem. My wife won't let me have unlimited animals. So I just have a few, right? But if I had it my way, I would have, that's my future, I hope, is having a farm where I just welcome all animals and to have a rescue farm. That is my goal in life. Let's see. What time have you been starting lately? Around now, around 7 a.m. Yep. And every night, probably through the summer, we'll have different stuff. Yep. Your pedigree cats, chocolate Burmese, they are fun and smart. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at you've turned Trinity into a cat now. Let's see. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, cats are adorable, right? Oh my. Summit, yeah. You'll attract the fundies. Trampus Master. He is the goat master. Tell him about your goats. He has these beautiful, beautiful goats on his channel. Beautiful animals. They're adorable. Especially that reddish looking one. Kind of orangish hair or gold. I don't remember. That was a very very beautiful animal. Our friend Trampus Master. He is the goat father. Let's see here. That's exactly why I can't be a foster. I want to keep them all. Yeah, I would be a terrible foster there. My love of animals runs. My aunt rescues and rehomes animals. That's what she does for a living. We have lots of love for the animals in my family. You have a domestic short hair, basically mutts. Yeah. One catch on saying, yeah, I know I had one. Beautiful creature. It lived to about 18 years. It had it was a tragedy, watching it lose all of its hair. It had cancer or something. It was sad to see it. Animals don't experience pain in the way we do. Like if an animal loses its leg, it's like big deal. I'm gonna use my other three. It doesn't think about it that we do, but we do. When we see our animals in pain, we're in pain, right? The animal doesn't have the capability, I think, to think of its own experience in the way that we do. But they can certainly love us. 7 of Anubis Vixen is here. Good to have you here. Thank you for all the hard work you do on our channel here. Your Burmese is 20 years old now, not moving well. It's sad. We're getting him arthritis shots. Yeah. Sensitive villains. Guys in the chat. I have a 7-year-old girl. She plays soccer and wears a team shirt. People in another chat told me I was dressing her in drag to play soccer because she wears the uniform. That's kind of deranged. That is deranged. Sorry that you had to experience that. The people are terrible, right? They are terrible out there. Oh, Ellie, thank you for the coins there. Yeah, I would lose my shit, certainly. Yeah, I would tell them all to fuck off. Yeah. Anyone talks about my kids, that's what they get. Let's see, we have a short-haired male and long-haired female. They bother, they are brother and sister, and they are beautiful. I would imagine, right? You have cats swarm you no matter where you live. Whenever Mercury is in retrograde, they find their way to you, the cats. Mercury goes retrograde. Here comes the cats, leaving rats at your front door that they have captured, right? I had a cat who would do that all the time. It was an outside cat. Every day I'd find a bird or something at my doorstep. One time I had to rescue a rabbit from its grip, a baby rabbit. I heard all this screaming. I'm like, let that go. Tiger, please, let that go. Everyone is dressing in drag technically because at one point in history, skirts were men's. Yeah, I mean, it's really a social reality, the idea of drag. Now, most of it, I think it's inappropriate for like family hour because it's rooted in eroticism. I think that's inappropriate. But people do what they want to do, right? That's their business. But trying to say that it's like a family-oriented thing, I think when it's rooted in eroticism, I think that's inappropriate. Uranus is in retrograde during Pride Month. I thought that was last month. Something's happening out there, right? I'm not an astrologer here. They said that because you played football in high school, I was essentially playing drag also. It's stupid. Yeah. Those people deserve a good middle finger. That's what they need. Cats are apex predators for their size. Yeah. They're wonderful creatures, right? I didn't do it, Bart. I did it for Ellie, but thanks, Ben. All right. I'm a moron. Well, why are you watching, asshole? If you are watching a moron, what does it make you a moron, Joseph? Stupid. Everyone that donated anyway gets a W. Thank you. Isn't it rooted in it isn't rooted in eroticism. Cross-dressing is different from drag as it has historically been centered. Like if you're watching Rocky Horror Picture Show, that is an erotic film. Yeah. I'm not against what you do. I don't care. I just don't want my children to be entertained by stuff like that. I think it's inappropriate. But you do what you want with your life. I don't care. Right? I got people on here dressing in all kinds of shit. I don't care. You don't have to defend it. I'm not against you. Semantics, right? I didn't get a chance to see the new He-Man yet, but that's certainly on the list. I want to see the Back Doors movie, the Back Rooms. I want to see that. I might see that next payday. I might take my daughter to see that, one of my daughters, maybe both of them, to see that movie, if they haven't seen it already. Hello from Norway. I hope all of your fantastic day goes for everyone, no matter what creed, color, religion, or any of your preferences. I love you all equally. Thank you, our good friend from Norway. That is a good attitude to have, to treat all people with courtesy. All people with courtesy, even if you don't like what they're doing. Eyes sealing things. Wonderful. Good to see you again. Let's see here. Didn't drag start because women weren't allowed to act in plays? Yeah, you could. There's certainly a history. In the word drag was not a historical word. That has a context and a culture. Dressing up like women, people have been doing that all their life, all through human history. But that has a specific context to it, and that is based in eroticism in that Western culture that we are in, modern Western culture. Labubu is here, the great one. We worship you, Labubu. You are the true Lord and Savior of all. Thank you for doing us the courtesy of showing up in the chat today. Everyone, it is Lord Labubu. All hail Labubu, the great one. The backrooms, yeah, that's what it's called. The all girls, so clothes might not happen. It depends on how it is, yeah. You haven't liked a movie in forever. You are a picky effer. Let's see here. It used to be called cross-dressing. Right, exactly. Rocky wasn't even drag. Did you watch the movie? So why are you getting offended? Why is that? I shared an opinion and you're taking it in a personal way. I mean, that's unnecessary, really. Yeah, I've watched it several times growing up. Yeah, I went to the theater with people to see it. And all the people there were having a good time expressing themselves in erotic ways. I don't know why you're offended by that. It wasn't meant to offend. I was sharing my opinion on an ideology. You could do what you want with your life. I don't care. Let's see. Yeah. The boys are invincible in overrating. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the context of culture plays a large part. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Stop being offended. I'm not here to offend people. You see how you're programmed to be offended. You've been taught how to draw lines in the sand. And instead of having a conversation, what do? You draw a sword. You've been taught how to do that. I used to do the same thing. What is we always have to be for or against? Why can't we say, oh, well, we just disagree on that, and that's okay. I could be wrong, certainly. I don't care. Or is a religion to some people? Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, I had some friends that were very religious about it. Like, let's see. Greetings. Is it true that you are one of the wisest druids in Syria? Oh man, I see the empire is based there, right? And I think there's a lot of wisdom in making the fine from necrophilia to 500 gold pieces, because that's a terrible practice in Cyrodiil. Well, I accidentally restarted your phone. You had no idea, but I'm back. Look at that. Yeah, we're having a conversation, and your only response is, "Why are you upset?" Because your tone was that of a negative thing. So you're still responding in a confrontational way. You don't have to do that. I'm not trying to offend anyone here. You don't have to justify it. There's no need to battle. Just let it go. If you don't think I have an appropriate opinion about something, I'm a friend to all people, so I don't care. I don't have to agree with the way you see life. There's no need to defend yourself here, because we're all friends. Let's see here. People need to apply to every. I don't apply to my testosterone when people are bringing up tuxedos. That would be fun. That would be fun. Let's see here. What is it? Widow's Bay? I'm unfamiliar with that. Yeah. Myth in there. That is a really cool poster in the back. It is a tarot card, a Knight of Pentacles. It really is nothing more than to the art. I think the art is beautiful. Resilient, good to see you. How's it going? I'm doing well, my friend. I'm glad that you're here. Let's see here. Hit the like. Thank you, my friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Spiritual entertainment. Right up there. Yep. I went to these castle ruins in Portos, Ireland. When you visited, you look like you would dig it. Probably. I love all that stuff. I think I have a couple of YouTube subscriptions to people that are into that stuff. And I think it's seeing my ancestral lands. It just warms my heart. Hopefully one day I'll be able to visit all around those islands. You went to the Callow ruins in Ireland. You visited? I would. Yeah, it sounds interesting. Yeah. Please protect the sacred grove. Let's agree to wrestle and move on. Yeah, naked wrestling. That would be best. That really would chill us out, right? If we get naked together and start wrestling. Let's see here. You want to see more of Europe? Yeah, I want to. My mother had the great privilege, because she was a travel agent, to go all around the world. I do not. I would certainly like. I've been halfway around the world, all through the Americas here. But I've never, ever had the opportunity to go over into Europe and all those wonderful places with my ancestors. Do you smoke in your cloak? Oh, I wouldn't mind doing it. I wouldn't mind doing it. You step away from children. I cannot buy a Barbie for your daughter. She likes it, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. My daughter one of my daughters loved Barbies. They all had the Barbies and stuff. Can you talk more about Newgrange? Well, this is, that's where the Dagda lives, right? This is the symbol you find on the wall of Newgrange. When they called them the Malaysians, the first humanoid inhabitants of Ireland, I guess you want to call them. All of the old ones retreated into the hills, and that's what Newgrange is. That is where the Dagda lives, right? Beautiful mythology of the fairy folk and the old gods. They all live in the land. They live around you. I think that's a beautiful. Like, you still have the folk religion continuing. It's in Catholicism there most of all, right? Most Irish Catholics that I know, like Fiona here, believe in the fairy folk. I don't know, Fiona, if you're still on, you can confirm. I mean, it's in their religion. They say there's angels above, devils below, the fairy folk are here in the middle. I mean, that's a beautiful tradition that is continued over there. And the fairies aren't nice. Some of them are assholes. Right? They're not like you see on the Disney Channel. I mean, the fairy folk. To all the trolls, keep heckling the bard. He's giving you a warning. He's giving you a warning, right? Is this pagan? You are new here. I have pagan friends. I am not a pagan. I am just an entertainer. I have pagan friends. I practice druidry. There's a lot of pagans that do, but there's also Christians, there's Muslims, there's Jewish people, and atheists and agnostics that practice druidry. It's open to all faiths. Let's see, you're still here, just looking in the background while you're working. Thank you for being your presence. What does pagan even mean? It's a slur, pretty much. But modern pagans have embraced it. The same thing with witch. You find in witch was made by Christians. They created that word. All of my ancestors practiced magic, and the Christians came over here. Let's burn them. Is that the Oblivion soundtrack? Bobby, you are a person of culture. You are a person of culture indeed, to recognize good quality music. You're not like one of these children that come on here and say, Skyrim. It's not Skyrim. Returning into the stream has almost become a daily morning routine. I appreciate you, Bart. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you're here. I mean, we have people that come here from all around the world every day to enjoy the spiritual entertainment. Until I say something that might piss you off, then you leave. Some people can navigate around that, right? But we've had a lot of people, every now and then, they're all gun-ho Bart. Then I say the wrong thing, and then they disappear. Let's see. Most Christians on the planet practice paganism. Yeah, pretty much, because they're trying to appease their gods like our ancestors did. Yeah, I would certainly agree with you. Now, I'm going to be here another 8 minutes, my friends. If you want to go up and touch the like button, that would be nice, touching that button up there as you're watching. And subscribe. I do this every day. Tomorrow you would toke the smoke. Well, good for you. Yeah, good for you. People against God and normalcy are pagans. People against bullshit religion are usually the pagans I know. Most of the pagans I know, I'm not a pagan, they have left Christianity because they see how terrible it is and what it makes you say on YouTube. So they've left it. I'm trying to hypnotize the audience. I'm on to you. You found me out. My bodic skill is getting into your hearts, entrancing your heart. You have found the truth. You have definitely said the wrong things a couple of times, but I don't mind because we agree to disagree anymore. Yeah, that's important. We have people of all different beliefs here. I have Christian friends, even though I think Christianity is a terrible religion. I'm just an entertainer. I don't have to be right. You don't have to be right. Right? You'll touch my like button at any time. I know you're just, every time you go up there, you're getting aroused. Yeah. Cosmos, good to see you. You want there to be an after party today? If you want me to be on Discord after, I certainly will. If you want to say hello, just let me know here in the chat, or when the show is over here. If you're on Discord in the chat, I will join. If that's what you want. You love my Irish accent. It is Waterdavian. Waterdavian. Yeah, I used to get on in the Discord every day, but then no one shows up. And so I said, well, maybe, we'll just do this once in a while. It's more balanced that way. If someone wants to say hello, I will be there. Let's see here. You are evil. Prove it. Prove that I am evil, sir. Prove that I am evil. It says, is in the beginning, pagan was meant, for like a redneck. That's basically what pagan was, right? They lived in the countryside. Them rednecks, some pagans out there. And there's strange religions that they're doing out in the wilderness, running around naked. You've finally seen the truth behind religion. They are propagating the opposite of what they promote. Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. That's 90% of Christianity. Yep. Special Discord boss. I don't run the Discord. I'm just the mascot of it. My moderators run it. Crazy Carl, good to see you. Crazy Carl, you on our Discord? We got to get you on there. Oh my, where are we at here? What kind of stream is this? You are a Christian, and I don't know if I should be on the stream. Why are you letting your religion control you? Why don't you have the freedom to engage the culture, to be like the bee, as the philosophers say? I think it was Socrates, right? It's something about, or one of the Christian saints that, there was a discussion about, I forgot which saint it was, but the Christians were scared that reading philosophical materials that talk about other gods would hurt them. And the saint said, be like a bee. The bee goes to the flower, only takes the good stuff out and moves on. Why can't you do that? Why are you so afraid to listen to someone who's different? Because you're controlled. Leave the control behind. Have a conversation with the world around you. See how other people think. Not everyone's going to think like you. Try to find out why. Treat other people with compassion and courtesy. You don't have to agree with things that you think are bullshit, right? But you have to treat other people with courtesy. It's very important. See, there's another Kevin on here. You think I do black magic on here? Prove it. Prove that I do black magic on here. I think you're a slanderer. I think you're being disobedient to your commandments. You shall not bear false witness. You cannot prove that I'm doing evil on here. Yeah, we do blue magic here. It's so black it's not even funny. Yeah, you reflect what you are being. Your state determines the interactions, opportunities. Yeah, you can't separate yourself from your psychology or your physiology. Everything influences how you see the world. And when you become aware of that, start choosing how you wish to be influenced, right? You'll stick to dogma, thanks. Yeah, you'll stick to being controlled. What happens if you don't believe in the dogma? You're fucked, right? Your God's going to destroy you. Do you think God really operates that way? If one of your children decided not to believe what you wanted them to believe, are you going to destroy them? You're being controlled. Dogma controls people. So you stick to being controlled. I will stick to be a free man. The Bible is a spell book. Oh, man. He's really doing dark blue magic. It's called cobalt magic. Yeah, whatever type of magic you wish. The country has turned into an epitome of apathy. Look at you. You're waxing philosophical here with us. Oh, my friends. Don't forget to hit the like button. Rebirth, why not? Yeah. We have a legend here, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it at? Tell us of the legend of Backdoor Dan. He is in our midst, right? Speaking of dogma, great movie with David Chappelle and Jade Silent Bob. I don't think I've seen that one. Worms is here. Hey, good to see you. Worms, what a wonderful name. Yeah, without worms, we wouldn't be here, right? Think about the kingdom of the worm, right? Without them, we wouldn't be here. They are part of you. Worms do all the dirty work, right? Like consume you when you're rotting in your corpus, repurposing your energies in the material world. Worms fertilize. Worms are elegant realities. Without them, you wouldn't be here. Think about that for a moment, how important the worm is in the world today. Go out and thank a worm today. Don't use it for your fishing materials. Say, thank you, worm, for what you do in my garden. Let's see. If you're enjoying the chat, think about becoming a channel access on a Discord. Whacking the physiological. Yeah, why not? The creatures of the other world. Yeah. Good to see you, Mongrel. He's a mongrel. We have a mongrel here. Good. And EMIT, good to see you again. You've been trying stand-up comedy and streams is good practice. Yeah. I don't think I would ever be good as a stand-up comic, because stand-up comics, you incorporate a routine that you've created out of your creativity and you represent it. I don't think I could do that. My comedy comes out of the moment. It comes out of the conversation. That's always I've always been that way. And whatever happens in the moment, that is where I shine. So I don't think I could do a routine. One of my favorite comedians now on TV is the Bazersi guy, whatever his name is. Very clean. I can watch it with my family. Yeah, he's got a very clean and very family-friendly comedy. Religion is used for evil far too often. Anything can be used by evil. And religion is certainly one of many things. Politics is another that is used quite frequently for evil. These are the two greatest avenues of evil in the human history, is our politics and our religion, right? You are a Hindu. Good to see you, our Hindu friend. Good to have you here. Hindus make up 20% of my audience. I appreciate all of my good friends from India. Thank you for being here. I keep warm bin to give me leftover food. There, you got a worm in there, right? Can you predict the future, what will happen in 2033? A lot of men in the world in 2033 will have erectile dysfunction. I foresee it. I foresee it. I will too. We're all doomed. Yeah. Comedy comes from everyday inaction, of course. I flare it up more with spice. I don't do it with politics. We would love to hear your comedy. Share some of your comedy with us on our Discord channel. We'd love to hear some of your stand-up comedy. That would be wonderful. Yeah. You're a sit-down comedian. Standing is tiring. Yeah. I once I get off the show here, I just collapse. Yep. There are mushrooms. They are the mushrooms of the insects. Yeah. Decomposers. Yeah, certainly. Yeah. We don't do politics here. Correct. Not interested in your politics. You prefer to let them live so I can enjoy more food. Yeah. Yeah. They're scary, right? I had a video that I made yesterday of a wonderful giant locusts that are native to Florida. I mean, these locusts down here, these grasshoppers, I mean, they're massively huge. They're quite frightening. And I made a YouTube short. And someone in the comment section said, this is AI, because it was hard to believe how marvelous. And as I was filming it, it was moving its head to the left and to the right, which was adorable. Go check it out in my YouTube shorts. You will see it. It's called A Bug's Life. ET 2033, yeah. I would happily build you a worm bin to put your food scraps into. Good concept for your growth. Well, my food scrap go to my favorite critters, the possums and the wonderful raccoon community that live behind my house. We give all of them, they're going to go in my garbage can anyways, right? They're always raiding the garbage cans. So we got to be careful when we put our garbage in there. Like using a can, for instance, making sure you cut it all the way, right? There's things that could cut their hands. I mean, these raccoons, they're quite intelligent. I have a YouTube video, I think, I'll probably post it again, of one coming to my back door and, scratching on there, wanting a sandwich or something. I mean, they're adorable, but they're wild. You can't, unless you got them, domesticated when they're really little. You can't go around petting them and stuff like that. But they're adorable. Raccoons, the trash pandas, I mean, they eat all of your garbage. Now, I found one thing they don't like eating is potatoes. They don't like potatoes and cheese for whatever reason. I don't know why they don't like cheese. But they'll eat a pizza, maybe because it's mixed in with the sauce. But I put slices of cheese, and they never touched it. The toilet paper shortage of 2020. Yeah, you stocked up, right? You had people on eBay selling toilet paper for $100 a roll. I mean, that shows you how ridiculous the world is. They're worried about their asses in the most extreme way, right? Yeah. Thankfully, we had enough stockpile to get us through that time. I mean, the next option is hopping in the shower afterwards, right? Space Ghost! That's what I call my buddy at work. He laughed his ass off. Oh, man. Let's see. There's a deer riding a horse. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Deers have always wanted to ride horses. Yeah. You've not heard from Brock in years? Who's that? Zorak calls more to you. Can you run into the wall? I want to see if you are at Hogwarts. Give me $20 and I will disappear through the wall instantaneously. I have the power to do that. You want to see it? You have to pay for it. Yeah, pay for it. Deer are fine equestrians. Yeah, they certainly are. Yeah, they make the best jockeys, right? A deer can ride a horse. It's his God-given right. Why not, right? Why not? They have rights too, right? Let's see. You're a Hindu. Jesus is a son. He takes knowledge from the Vedas. He traveled to India. Yeah, you could believe that if you want to. I mean, how Jesus relates to India is a modern thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not like a documented historical truth that he went anywhere but his land that he was in. And it would have been the problem with the conversation of Jesus going to foreign lands is that when he returned to his own, nobody would take him seriously. They were very racist. The Jewish religion was very racist. It would have nothing to do with him at all. Nobody would if he was unkosher and mingling in other lands like that. Let's see here. It was so immediate. That was awesome. Yeah, that happens here. You thought, yeah, he was teaching Eastern mysteries. The Eastern mysteries are really mysteries that you can find all over the world. It's everywhere. It's part of our humanity. It's part of the stories we tell. The Native American religions here in the United States are just as Eastern as what you find in India. Where did he go for 20 years? He lived in his land of Cana, of Galilee. The idea that he went anywhere is really a fiction that someone made up later to try to make sense of him. And you could believe that. It's not a big deal. But in order to be a rabbi, you don't go and hang out with Hindus. You just don't leave your lands like that. You stay in your communities. The religion is racist. Why do you think he says when the neighborhood, the nation lady comes over to get a healing from him, says, "You're a dog. Why would I help you out?" That's what he said to her. All right. I think our brains play a big part of the experience when we die. If you're near someone when they're dying, keep saying you love them and holding their hand. Yeah, that sounds like a good practice. In 100 years, Jesus would be part of the mythology proven. Yeah, there's no historical evidence for that. And there's nothing wrong with believing it if you want to. We all create our journeys in mythology. I'm just saying it's not probable as a real, first century Jewish rabbi. That is unthinkable to go and do any of that stuff. Kedadwin loves you. Yeah. You have to keep the hive mind going. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Many things Jesus taught were taught by Buddha. Yeah. She has all the evidence for that. I mean, the sayings that you find with Buddha, who is before Jesus, he says too. This wisdom and humanity, you could find it everywhere. You could find it, the same stories, the same wisdom, all packaged differently throughout the world. Are you okay, Bart? Honestly, you seem kind of down the past few days. No, I feel wonderful. I'm living in my summer. I am in a great deal of pain, but I am wonderful. Life couldn't be better. This is at the shining moment of my existence here. What is this about? Spiritual entertainment. I make spirituality and comedy together here. 7 days a week, I am here for your entertainment. Jesus' story has quite a long gap. Well, the story, you have to understand, is not real. The people put together their own information out of many different resources and said, this is the story. When you're reading the Bible, that isn't only 20% of the words of Jesus are actually his. That's what we know from scholarship. So it's not a real story. And someone created a story and tries to put it to you like this is how he really was. We don't know how he was. We can only guess through historical evidence who he actually was. And he was a first century Jewish rabbi. That is a consensus. All the other things we say about him is we're creating our stories about him. Let's see where it's at here. Yeah, you're awesome. Wonderful. No spam, Yurza. We don't care for that shit here. You should try some cannabis. I do. I take it before I got on here. I took a gummy. It worked really well for your mother. Yeah, I take gummies, throughout the summer, usually twice a day, so I don't have to go anywhere. And mostly in the evening times. The Spirit of truth gives us insight, and everyone has the Spirit of truth. It isn't given to a chosen people. Everyone has access to truth. We all share the same humanity. We're not separated from one another. That's the truth, Father Bod. Yeah. We got Steven Seagal is here in the chat. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, he is a wonderful entertainer. I liked all of his action films. He married the girl that everyone wanted to marry in the 80s, the girl from Weird Science, right? Yeah. The mods ban you? Well, don't be a dick. Every mother is prying or they argue bullshit online. Yeah, we don't care about the way that people want to see their world and argue about it. I don't want to argue with anyone. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just an entertainer. Not everyone has the Holy Spirit. Prove it. You can't prove that. You believe you're separated from God, and that's a shame. That is a great lie that Christians teach, that you're separated from the Spirit of God. In him we move and have our being, though. That's what it says, right? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Buddha was a Hindu prince, didn't like the caste system. I don't know much about the life of the Buddha. Mantra, an ancient powerful passwords to call demigods. Yeah, the thing is with the beauty of mantra, it's really your will in utilizing it. There's a tradition of mantra that is handed on to you, but it's without your utilizing it, without your intention, it is just a word. So the real magic comes from you, not the word, not the tradition, but from you. You're participating in it through the mantra. I'm fine with saying it's not real. Proof is a fickle thing. So is truth. Well, things are true. Falsehoods are real. Not everything is relative. The sky is blue, right? It's the perception of the truth. That's where it gets messy. Sigourney Weaver is a improper spelling. What's Sigourney Weaver have to do anything? She's a wonderful actress, right? You heard mixed reviews about chiropractors. Well, chiropractors, their skill really is the cracking. That releases pressure in your spinal column and your bones. It has a health benefit. People who think that they're whack jobs are really are inappropriate. I love visiting a chiropractor and getting my back cracked. It has great benefits. Frequency and vibration for you. God is originally formless, nameless. Yeah, well, that's what you take from your tradition, right? God to me is love. Love has a form. Love has a purpose. Love is being. Let's see. Energy and vibration, truth. Yeah. Weird science lady. Yeah, you remember that. So your children shouldn't have been watching. Mother, if you're watching, I shouldn't have been watching that as a child. I mean, that's not a children's show, right? Weird science. Uh, some of us watch that. We watched things I would never let my children watch. Some of our parents in the 80s, right? Let's see here. Love built the universe, and the universe is love. You are love. You are love. You are love realizing itself, right? Hello, I have an exam. Wish you with me a good chance. Well, I hope that you find your proper insight and understanding in what you're doing. May fortune be upon your side. I will add you to the yellow pages for a good reviews in the chiropractic section. Do they even have a yellow? We used to get, we stopped getting them about maybe 15 years ago. Yellow pages at your front door. You remember that? We used to get that huge, thick book called the Yellow Pages. Where are they today? Do they still have them around? I mean, I haven't seen one in a long time, right? Can chiropractors fracture your bone? Certainly. That's why they're well trained. That's why they pay a lot of damn money to be chiropractors. And they have the best insurance because that shit happens. Yeah, but usually chiropractors, they are professionals. When you go to them, they've been cracking the bones forever, right? But sometimes shit does happen, right? Let's see. What are the Vedas? The Vedas are the oldest written down religious tradition in the world that are in Hinduism. That's what the Vedas are. Everything in the Vedas used to be an oral tradition that was only memorized by the Brahmin class people, and it was handed down through only oral. No one else could know about it except them. And at some point in human history, they started writing it down. But even then, you weren't allowed to tamper with the Vedas. It is only really a modern thing that people have access to the Vedas. It is a modern thing. Yeah, I remember looking up phone numbers and using maps. I mean, those were the good old days, right? Asking for directions at the gas station. There's bad DRS and there's DRS, just like anything else, yeah. Don't go to cheap corporate, plain and simple, yeah. Oh, man, praise Canada and my friends. Yellow pages were traded for all those AOL discs. Oh, you remember that? Getting AOL online. People still have accounts to that. Every now and then I'll see at AOL.com, right? That old relic. Remember playing Neverwinter Nights on there? The first online MMO on Amazon, or not Amazon, America. What is it called? You Got Mail. Remember that? Playing your Amazon, or no, your first MMO, Neverwinter Nights on there. I mean, that was those gold box games they're classic, but I never want to play them again. When they all came out again, repurposed the gold box games you had on Steam. I bought them all, and I'm glad I played through them all again. I never want to again. I don't miss those days when our video games were so terrible and hard. Let's see here. Praise Keladwin, yeah. You needed a co-pilot when using a map. You started many fights. Yeah, it's a wrong road, damn it. Yeah, those are the good old days, right? Celtic polytheism. I'm not a polytheist. I'm not Celtic. I'm certainly inspired by my Celtic ancestors. I honor their memory by what I do, but I'm not Celtic. I'm American. The tree with strong roots laughs at storms. Yeah, it's a beautiful saying. Dark Age of Camelot. No, I don't remember that. That was, I think I did. That was a pointy clicky, right? If I could recall right. Made by, well, then I might be thinking of the Sierra Camelot game. Is this D&D? We play D&D in the evenings here, Yala TV. This here is all spiritual entertainment right now. D&D is usually in the evenings. All right. I told you to take a right 3 miles ago, damn it. Yeah. Back when you played Arcadium, Steamworks, and Magic Obscuria, there were only one other person online. Yeah, times have changed. My first, we used to buy like CDs and floppy disks and all that shit. And then Steam comes around. And now when you purchase games, they give you a code to access it online when you go to the game store. I mean, that was a new thing. And my first Steam game was Sid Meier's number 4, Civ 4, or was it Civ 5? Civ 5. That was like one of the best ones ever, right? And that was what, 2005? Yeah. You're going on a quest and need the best, a frost troll. Any advice? Bring fire. Bring fire. Fire damage kills trolls. Yeah. See, I got some material on using maps. Thank you. Here you go. Would someone please be so kind to explain Ceridwen? Ceridwen is one of my ancestors of the Welsh people. And she's also has her own mythology. She is a goddess to many. Her mythology is part of the Welsh tradition. That's who. Ceridwen is a great inspiration to many bards today and many druids practice modern druidry. You're more of a roller coaster tycoon, dude. Well, look at you. That's a classic game, right? Watch out for the dwarves, yeah. Oh, let's see here. I could use the Google, but I'd prefer a real human living person. Yeah. The bard follows his heart most importantly. Yeah, that's it. That's my heart here. You're enjoying seeing people of the races, highly conscious entities. You are a breath of fresh air. Hopefully free the planet from the techno-feudalism. Yeah, and data centers. Yeah, the only way to free it is to be a part of the conversation, to be involved and not to hide. The techno data centers, you people that are all, screw AI. The techno data centers have been around since the 70s. And you're using a techno data center when you're using YouTube. The problem that we face is how to learn it more efficiently, to use resources more efficiently. It's not going away. You have to be part of the conversation, or someone's going to get all of the power and control you with the future of technology. You have to be a part of you have to spiritualize it. That's what you have to do. Let's see here. Elon Musk is worth billions, then the working class is priceless. Hash Brown Dave, lamenting the troubles that all were the root of your experience in that freezer in 1999. You blame it on electronics. It was a malfunction indeed. But how you got that thing lodged up your backside, that is a story that we always tell here with wonder. But we are glad that you are a survivor. Our good friend, Hash Brown Dave, survivor of the Hash Brown incident of 1999. Let's see. You are Welsh, Brythonic, Gaelic, Native American ancestry. You're a Mutt. Yeah, me too. All of that stuff. All of that stuff. Yeah, let's see here. What great power, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, that's what Spider-Man's uncle told him, right? Yeah, and he had to make the sacrifices. Yeah, the Spider-Man saga is a great mythology because you can learn from that. You can learn about yourself and about the world you live in and your responsibilities from watching that wonderful show, right? That's why it's so powerful, because it speaks to your heart. Spider-Man, right? I haven't watched the new Nick Cage one yet. That one looks interesting, the new Nick Cage Spider-Man movie. Oh, man, I'm going in overtime here. 6 more minutes. That's all I'll give to you today. I got to sit down here. You like the Spider-Man trilogy? Yeah. I am also related to Queen Anna Parker, but only on the Dutch side. Interesting. It's good to know your ancestors. I use Ancestry.com, wonderful service. Father Bart, I'm with you for almost 3 months. It's a wonderful bar to be a member. Are you on Discord? More. Are you on Discord? In the members only tab on the channel here is a link. We want to see you on there if you aren't on there already. Morrowind versus Skyrim. Well, it depends on the content. Now, Morrowind you can't beat with many things, but Skyrim, there's so much unlimited potential as we've seen in the last 15 years. We need a new Bethesda game is what we need. What is the painting in the back? That is the Knight of Pentacles tarot card. I like esoteric art. That's why you see it in the background there. How do I transcend to a higher state and being in a godly reality? The war pig powers allow you to conquer the world. Well, first of all, you have to learn to conquer the world right. When you're trying to conquer the world by imposing your will with others, in the end, you never really conquer anything. If you want to conquer the world, learn to love people unconditionally. And in doing that, you will change yourself and your world, and you will always have a memory here. Let's see here. Jesus was a devotee of a god, even a tomb founded in Kashmir, India. Well, there's been lots of Jesuses out there, right? His teachings were all children of God. Yeah, that's a good teaching. It's just me or does Skyrim understand paganism more than most modern pagans? Well, I'm not a pagan, sir. Pagans are my friend. And certainly I've studied lots of traditions of spirituality. But paganism is very diverse. Everyone does it their own way. There's really no paganism like our ancestors had. That doesn't exist anymore. There's no institution anymore. There's no king telling you what to believe in. It's very much different today. Oh, where am I? Is this Celtic? Celtic inspired. I am not a Celt. Yeah. No, I know you are not a pagan. You understand? Okay. He tries to communicate with everyone in the chat. He doesn't stick to one topic. Yeah, I talk to everyone here. I have a conversation with all people, what you want to bring. And I'm not always right. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just an entertainer. Sometimes I'm wrong. And then when you talk to me about it, oh, yeah, I was wrong about that. I'm not always right. I listen to people. I have conversation to people. I don't have to agree with anything you're saying. You don't have to agree with anything I'm saying. I'm just an entertainer. See, it's called flow. That's what you call it, the flow. The embrace of the flow there. Jesus Christ is your savior. No, Caledwin is. She saved me from Christianity. Wizard man. Oh, I'm a wizard man in the evenings. Now I'm just a humble bard making my way in the world for your entertainment leisure. Take it or leave it. Yeah. It's important for a person to be able to admit their mistakes. Yeah. And I've been wrong a lot. I continue to be wrong, right? The like button is salvation. Jesus, I rebuke this demonic spirit. Ah! Oh no! They found us, the Christians. Oh no, what are we going to do? We are going back to hell. Peace port hot, peace port cold, peace ports in a Christian pot, 9 devil days old. Ah! Oh, thank you, my Christian friend. It's been so long. It's been 3 days since I've had an exorcism. Oh, thank you so much. I feel so free. Now, if you're interested in more fun, I have a playlist called Daily Exorcism. It's pretty to its capacity. I'm not adding to it anymore. But there's a whole bunch of exorcisms you can watch. The wonderful powers of our Christian fundamentalist friends that they have here. Jesus isn't real. Yeah. If he was real, there'd be no devils here anymore, right? What would you recommend as the best gateway to Dungeons and Dragons? 5th edition. It's very user friendly. 2014 more than 2024. It's very user friendly. I don't like the direction of the rules in D&D. They're making it like who's running the D&D is a soccer mom. She wants all of the children to win, and I think that I think that is it's kind of lame. But you are free to practice any of the editions, right? I like fifth edition. I use it because I'm not big on the rules. I'm more of a storyteller. There's plenty of wonderful videos online that will teach you how to play fifth edition. 5 Ian Weed, yeah. Smoke Machine Man, yeah. Let's see here. All right, we've come to the conclusion, my friends. I will return to you tomorrow for your entertainment privilege. If you want to be on Discord and chat, when I get off here, if I see someone in the chat, Discord chat, I will come in and say hello. If I don't see anyone there, I'll just continue on my way. I'll give you about 30 seconds, a minute after the broadcast here. If I see people in there, I will stop in and say hello. If not, I will see you tomorrow, my friends. Spiritual entertainment.